Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Washington Commanders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And he's stopped on the run back in the 27.
Shaheed on the return. Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is first and 10.
Let's go.
Daniel's going to throw to get us started. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. Second and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete to the rookie out of Alabama. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
That played good for, looks like about 6. Second down upcoming.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is second and 4. From the gun, it's Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Connection made to Shaheed. And they get this down to the 28. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
From the gun, a run for Krosky Merritt. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Halfway there on first down. That brings up second and 5.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19.
Third and long for him here. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
I'm going to call that one a little tester, Kate. Kind of like a 5 to 8 foot putt. You really hope to make all of them, but you know, over the course of the season, you won't. In that case, well, it went right through.
His return starts at the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8. Mayfield now off the play action. That's complete, Mike Evans. And they're going to touch him down as they wind up with a nice gain on that play, and they got a new set of downs, too.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
First and 10 from the 43. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Four yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. Irving on the inside give. Hop on the line here on second down, which is only going to make things tougher for this third down coming up.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Let's see what they draw up on this third and 7. Irving gets it on the draw. Same guy, same results. He's bottled up for a second time, and that's going to bring the report down.
Well, it was bad enough that the previous run went backwards. You've got to have balance in this league. I mean, really do. There's no chance offensively to find sustained success unless you present run and pass to a defense. And right now, this defense is owning your run game.
All's in this punt at the 8. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Let's go. Go.
Now Daniels to throw. They connect on the deep shot. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders stretch their early lead to 9. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch who really makes the magic happen.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Commanders go up 10-zip here in the first.
Buccaneers, nothing.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. First and 10. Drive begins with a run by Irving. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Play made by Deron Payne.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Right back to Irving now. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Here's Baker to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Now here's Mayfield. Has him on a quick hitter. And he'll have it down at the 44-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
180. Real. Kings. Stop.
Irving trying to run to the first. And they're not going to get it. Stop short of the line to gain. This is going to be 4th down now.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
A little outside their comfort zone to try a field goal, so instead they're going for this on 4th down.
180.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. The Commanders have an early lead. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. And their offense has stayed on the field to face this 4th and 2. And forget the marker, Brock. He's not even making it back to the line. They're turning this over on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st down, Washington.
Ready.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back now, pressure coming. Finds him over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
Ready.
Daniels now. Cut out left. And this play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Commanders.
Go.
Again, Daniels to the air. Finds a man right side. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
Ready, set.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Set it. 60 Bison. Sit. Ready.
We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Daniels is going to throw again. He brings it in. For a second, we both thought he'd get the first, but he winds up being just shy of a gain of 8. 3rd down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Let's go now.
3rd and 1. Daniels. In trouble now, and the ball is out. But it looks like someone from the Commanders got to that one. They'll keep the football.
Jaden Daniels sacked. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
Out is Jake Bates, ready to try to knock this through. Already has one in this game, this from 30. Bates' kick is up and good. It sails right through. A beautifully placed football.
What a season this guy's having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Bucks to the line. 1st and 10. We give to Irving to start this drive. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Once again, Irving. He stuck with him and got the same results. He is stopped at the line once again to quickly bring up 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Air it out on 3rd. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down. Matt Ariza on to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. Oh, and they're going to fake this one. And the fake works to perfection. He's got the 1st down.
You know what, Kate, this reminds me of? It reminds me of Hoosiers, when the character says, I'll make it. When the coach makes that kind of call and puts the trust in the kicker, well, the kicker's got to make it. He's got to deliver, and he does just that with a great throw and a big-time play.
180!
On 1st down, they're going to run with Irving. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
180! Run.
Mayfield set to pass. He's got a man left. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he's stopped a second before he can move those chains.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Trying to set up that screen, but it falls incomplete, and now they're facing 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable in an incomplete.
Would have been a tough 54-yard field goal, so instead they're keeping the offense out there on 4th down.
180! Real.
Mayfield to throw for it. He's got it to his running back. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes thrown into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
1st down, here's Baker. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. A pickup of 17. And the Bucs have the 1st.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
All set now. 1st and 10. Irving here from the gun. Some good running here as he gets him 7 on that first down carry. The Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
He's going to be caught by his running back, Harris. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
That's another Buccaneers first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up.
6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Hey, alert 33. What's up?
There's another for Irving. And he can't punch it in. Man, the defense punches back, sticks him at the 2. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up.
It's 3rd down and goal to go.
Stop.
Mayfield now on 3rd and goal. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Just 2 yards away, so the offense going for it. It's 4th and goal.
Set.
Here we go. It's Mayfield. Throw is caught by the back. And that is a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers make it a 1-score game before halftime. Najee Harris, the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Buccaneers 7. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Crack all 80.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
From the gun, it's Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. To cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Let's go now.
To the air again, Daniels. All in left side. Now 1st down only gets about a yard here, and the defender there to force him out.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make a play.
Right side, Shaheed's got it. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good for a Washington first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the first down.
Completed over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Commanders first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Not much time left in the half, so the kicking team out on first down. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So for the 3rd time tonight, they're going to bring him out for a field goal try. All spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. Bates' kick is up and good. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
You know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over. But I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
Here's a return from the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down.
What's up?
He's back to throw. Down the field, Evans has it. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. First and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be second down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Hurry! 180! Kings, Kings, Kings! Hey, alert, 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 alert! Point it right, point it right, point it right. Got it.
Baker now from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation. It's just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Good. 180! Up, up, check! Check! Alert, alert! Alert! What's up?
Third and long, they're going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. And he's brought down before the return gets far.
Washington will take over first and 10
right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. Go.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 16
That's 16 on the pickup.
That's good.
And that's going to give the Commanders a first down. From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive.
First down, Washington.
Crosby Merritt gets it from the gun. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Now Daniels to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Washington first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Here we go. Set. Ready, ready.
On first down, here's Daniels. Catch is made down the right sideline. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. And it'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. He was looking for Terry McLaurin. And now it's 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Let's go now.
Again, Daniels to the air. Finds his man over the middle. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Here we go. Here we go. Cowboy 80.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. To throw again, it's Daniels. Thinking touchdown here, but they cannot connect. So that's going to send them back to the line for 2nd and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Daniels is going to throw again. He dropped this down right. And that is a Washington touchdown. The Commanders push their lead further to start the half. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. Daniels and the Commanders looking to tack on 2 more.
The Commanders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead.
Commanders 22, Buccaneers 7.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Completed to his running back. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Pick up there of 39 yards. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Play fake, it's Mayfield. The Commanders' rush brings him down. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of second down.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
After the sack, let's see what the offense does here. 2nd and 18 coming up.
180. What's up?
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Mike Sandra still makes the play.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Ready.
Here's Daniels. And that's incomplete. We've got a flag down, and there was contact, but is this going to go against the offense? So they have the incompletion, but the defense decides they'd rather take the penalty and the yards and play that down again.
Rangers. 70 Rangers. Connect. Bronco 80. Ready.
Daniels. He's got a man left. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield.
Here we go. Start.
Daniels now on 1st down.
The 1st down pass. A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. Out of the gun, Daniels. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. This is caught inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will set up 1st and goal.
That's good.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Firing quickly out wide. Daniels.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, well, the play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
Needing 10 yards now as they line up. It's 2nd and goal.
Panthers 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Brought in. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Offense is getting closer, but 2 yards left to figure out. It's 3rd and goal.
Cowboy 80. Let's go.
He's keeping it, trying to get it forward. And they're going to say he was short. They held him out, Brock, and now we're going to have to wait and see what they decide to do here on 4th and goal.
Well, these are the moments that I just live for up in the booth, man. What are you going to do as a play caller? You're going to go for it now? You're going to try to slam it in? Well, if so, you better get a whole lot more movement than he did right there.
Bates' kick is up and good. And it's a 3-score game now, an 18-point lead.
But when we start discussing who their most dependable scorer is in this game, I don't think it's one of these skill guys, not even the quarterback, who comes to my mind first. I'm going to bring up this kicker. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals and contributing big time to this lead.
And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Bucs to the line. 1st and 10.
Regular. What's that?
On the give, this is Irving. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And the Bucs have the first.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Start.
1st down, here's Baker. Fits it through the middle. And he has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. They strike for 23 yards. And that will be a Tampa Bay 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He's going to take this down to the 11-yard line.
11 more yards.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's not quite over yet, but it take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down.
Keys. Good. 180. Start.
From the red zone on 1st. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
What's that?
This is Irving on 2nd. And he couldn't get much there, but what he did get was absolutely crucial. That makes it 1st and goal.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Start.
They'll run with Harris. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
They go to him again. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Touchdown or bust for him here as they set up for 3rd and goal.
What's that?
They'll run it with Harris. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. He gets 4, but not there yet. That brings up 4th and goal.
These are the moments, and these are the kind of calls, Kate, that this offensive coordinator makes his money. You just get, well, you get stuffed on a run. And now you got 4th and goal. What are you going to do?
What's that?
Running for it, here's Irving. And they stop him. No touchdown, no first down. That's a turnover on downs near the end zone.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
In his end zone, Daniels. And the pressure gets home. He doesn't throw it in time. That's a safety. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He's been sacked over and over and over here. And this time, cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think, were you Marshawn Lynch right there? Over and over
There
and
you go.
over.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Mayfield. He's got a Bucca. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. They get 23 on that one. And the Bucs have the first. Offense up to the line fast.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Complete over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Pressure coming, Baker. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. Mike Evans with a touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Will set up for the 2.
Baker throwing again. Forced that to his right. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead.
The score, Commanders 25, Buccaneers 15. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Let's go now.
Daniels on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Finds him over the middle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Fought off the tackle, but he lost the football. And this one belongs to the Bucs. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
180. Scott.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Caught, nice gain left side. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers make it a 4-point game here in the 4th.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th.
Commanders 25, Buccaneers 22. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Motioning left is their running back. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. Going to get this one at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
From the gun, a run for Koski Merritt. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Short pass brought in. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Complete to the right side. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Going on 1st down, Daniels. Downfield, that finds Shaheed. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Commanders holding on to a field goal lead. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
18 Cardinal.
Now Daniels to throw. That's McLaurin with a catch out left. And this is going to get him right up near that 1st down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7, 3rd down.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
He'll go to the design keeper, and he'll go down here at the 16. That's good for a couple of yards, and that's good for a Washington 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
Ready? Bronco 80.
This one left for Daniels. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
How many times, Kate, do you hear me talk about trust? Trust, trust, trust. There's nothing more important at the quarterback position than gaining the trust of your coaching staff. That one right there, well, that's not a deposit. That's a withdrawal of trust when you take a negative play on a run like that.
Throw left side caught by Shaheed. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Third down, and they need to get 10.
Ready? Liking.
Back to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he's out of bounds, so that clock is going to stop Brock, but it's not going to matter. They've got the first down. This game is over.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Come on.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Design quarterback run here. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders. As with that, we sign off from Tampa.